I'm Emily, and I was lucky enough to participate in PCIT here at KidsPeace. So my son started having some behavioral issues at school. He was struggling with tantrums and meltdowns and also struggling with transitions. He was evaluated and diagnosed with an emotional and behavioral developmental delay. I was pretty desperate to kind of figure out what we could do to help him, any services that were available that we could utilize, and I was lucky enough to stumble upon KidsPeace and PCIT. PCIT is parent-child interaction therapy, and I think in simplest terms, it's a way to learn to communicate with your child that fosters independence, helps them to make good choices, and builds their confidence. So when we would arrive, we would come up to the PCIT room, we would leave all our stuff in the stuff box, and we would come into the room where there's various toys out for my son and I to play with, and I would put in an earpiece, and the therapist heads to the other side of the office and kind of observes our playing and observes those skills that I've been working on during homework and practice sessions at home. She would help me with any phrases or words that could be improved upon, or how to handle any situations that I wasn't sure how to handle. And then at the end, we would kind of come back together and she would give me some feedback and some things to work on, and then we would prepare for the next session. We were involved in therapy for about 3 months. It started as a basic evaluation of my son, and then I was able to meet with the therapist one-on-one and learn the skills that I needed to implement both at home and here. And then we would come in for sessions where the therapist was literally in my ear, kind of guiding me and telling me the words to say and the things that I needed to do. And that really helped me learn how to implement those strategies at home. I think what surprised me most was the way that my son responded to the things that we were using in therapy, or the skills that we were developing in therapy. So where I could at home kind of predict how he was going to react when I asked him to clean up a toy, when I learned the right way to go about it and the right way to communicate with him, it was shocking how well he responded and how he changed his behavior, just in the way that we were communicating. Yes, a couple times he pointed out, like, "Mommy, what's that in your ear? Is Miss Laura," Miss Laura is our wonderful therapist, "is Miss Laura talking to you?" And I would try to just ignore him and, from that statement, and get him back on track with playing and what we were doing. But yeah, he definitely knew. The nice thing about PCIT is it's not something that is happening while you're just in session. It's something that we're able to bring home and change in our lives and implement to set my son up for success throughout his entire life. I'm so proud of my son. He is working so hard, and we're still progressing every day. We're still using the skills that we've learned. We're still doing our special time, which is the homework involved with PCIT every day. Both my kids actually request that. And I've just noticed a total change in his independence and his confidence, which has really helped him develop some coping skills for when he is having those big emotional reactions. It's helped him make some really good choices. And I think one of the most important things that I learned on day one was that the way that you learn to communicate with PCIT is the way that you should communicate with everyone. So I think it's helped me to be a better listener, to help other people, to de-escalate conflict. It's been just overall a good set of skills to learn for everybody.